What's up guys, it's Danica. Welcome back to my channel. I don't think I've made a sit down YouTube video since at least before I moved to Hong Kong last April. So it's actually been very awkward. I tried to film this video 2 times yesterday and I really couldn't do it, and I filmed the whole thing, I looked at it, I tried to edit it, and I just wasn't very comfortable. So I've decided to just sit down and do this to a smaller camera in a more casual talking way. And I really miss YouTube, so I really want to start posting more, and I just gotta like get over that hump of being nervous and awkward about it again, so please bear with me. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the biggest thing that has happened in my life since moving to Hong Kong last April. I mean, like, besides moving halfway around the world from New York to Hong Kong. Over the past 8 to 10 months, I have been on sort of a personal wellness and really a weight loss journey, a very personal weight loss journey. And I have, to this day, have lost about 60 pounds. Losing this weight has been so huge for me, and honestly, I am still trying to come to terms with it and really trying to wrap my head around it. But I wanted to sit down and talk to you guys a little bit about some things that I've learned over the past 8 months through my personal weight loss journey. I love watching these kinds of videos on YouTube. I watch them made by trainers, by professional bodybuilders, by people who compete in body competitions and bodybuilding competitions, and normal women just like me who have gone on very personal weight loss journeys. I find them to be so helpful. So I wanted to make one and sort of just, throw my hat in the ring. But please remember, I am not a health professional. I am not a professional nutritionist. I'm not a personal trainer. I am not a professional body composition person. I have worked with people like this throughout my journey, so I have learned so much from them, and I've tried to adapt that information for my own use, and hopefully maybe something I say here will be helpful to you if you are on your own health and weight loss journey. I've been thinking so much about specific lessons I've learned that have been very, very hard won. And the first one, this is something that I heard over and over and over again in the hundreds and maybe thousands of YouTube videos that I've watched about other people's weight loss journeys. But the most important lesson that I've learned in the past 8 months is that in order to be successful and moving towards your health goal is that you need to find a diet that works for you. I have tried so many diets, and that has included going to the Biggest Loser resort in Utah 3 different times in 3 different years. I have tried juice fasting for weeks and weeks and weeks. I have tried intermittent fasting, and I've even tried Prolon, that USC professor designed fast mimicking diet that you buy in packages and like arrives at your house, and it's like a clinically tested diet where you can eat calories but your body thinks it's fasting. All of these diets have worked for me in some capacity. Usually I'll end up losing a little bit of water weight, maybe a little bit of fat, and maybe a little bit of lean muscle, but none of these diets are diets that I could stick with in the long run. As it turns out, finding a diet that works for you isn't just about finding a diet that helps you achieve your health goals and your weight loss goals. It really is about finding a diet that is sustainable for you, that you can do over a period of time, but also that leaves you, and this is so important, that leaves you feeling satisfied at the end of the day. It's taken me about 7 or 8 months of trying lots of different things in order for me to find a diet that works for me. And for me, this means it has to be a diet that I can meal prep really easily, where the ingredients are not hard to find. It has to be a diet that I can take with me on the go, because I eat a lot of my meals in the office because I spend a lot of time in the office. And it also has to be a diet that feels satisfying for me, which means it has to be a diet that incorporates a lot of different food textures and a wide variety of flavors. This all kind of segues into the second lesson that I've learned. My very personal second lesson about dieting and weight loss is that for me, crunchy foods are vital. I don't know what it is about me and the crunchy texture of foods, but I definitely know that the first few months I was dieting, I would find myself just hanging around the processed snack aisle in the supermarket looking at bags of chips and like cookies and just crunchy snack foods. I spent a lot of time reading labels, praying for some kind of magical low carb, high protein, non-processed, organic, all whole foods ingredients snack food, which honestly, it doesn't exist. So finally, after many, many months of searching, I started integrating more whole foods that are crunchy in their natural state into my diet, which has helped me so much, especially in that 3 o'clock hour where I really, really want to snack. Some of the foods that have really helped me are crunchy sugar snap peas, kimchi, which is pretty readily available in Hong Kong where I live, but also in New York. I could buy it at Whole Foods and at Korean supermarkets and Asian supermarkets. And I've also eaten a lot of other raw vegetables such as celery, cucumbers, and bell peppers. The third lesson that I've learned from losing 60 pounds in the past 8 months has been that sometimes the tiniest changes can lead to the biggest differences. So I lost the majority of my weight the first 3-4-ish months of my weight loss program, and from November until February I was plateaued, and I was so frustrated, as you can imagine. I was still working out with my trainer 3 times a week, and I was doing steady state cardio, getting in an average of 15,000 steps a day all week long. And I was counting my macros and being pretty strict. I mean, over the holidays, I was a little bit looser, but I was still really adhering to my diet and my weight wasn't changing. I kept on asking my trainer what was happening, and he told me that this is a normal thing, this is a normal part of the process, that I should trust the process and that I should adhere to the program. But about 2 weeks ago, I got super frustrated. I think I was stressed at work, things were stressful, like just environmentally, and I just I don't know, I think he could tell that I was really stressed. So he suggested that I try one little thing. And the one little thing that he asked me to try that I really resisted because I was just so annoyed that I had to do this, he suggested that I try cutting 100 calories a day from my existing diet plan. I already felt that I didn't feel super restricted, but I did feel resentful that after doing all of this, I still had to cut calories, but I did it anyway, and immediately my weight loss started again. The fourth lesson that I learned that I've really, really had to work hard at over the past 8 months is finding a daily routine. Even when things are stressful at work, having a routine can be a lifesaver. It helps me manage my anxiety, it reduces my stress, and it helps carve out boundaries. I am really bad at boundaries, but having a routine helps establish a structure in my day. So no matter how crazy things get at the office, I still know that I'm doing this in the morning to get set up for success in my personal weight loss goals for the rest of the day, week, month, year. That said, that all leads us into lesson number 5, which is that the hardest thing about this entire process is not the counting of the calories, is not the gym sessions, it is finding the time. Do you know how long it takes to take 15,000 to 18,000 steps every day? It takes a long time. Time is the only non-negotiable in everyone's day. It doesn't matter if you're a billionaire, you still only get 24 hours in a day. And it takes time to plan your meals, to shop for your meals, to go to the gym, to get your steps in, to pack your meals, to commute, to go to the office, to sleep. You have to sleep 7 or 8 hours a night. It really does help in your weight loss journey. And because time is non-negotiable, for the first time in my entire life, and this is gonna sound a little weird because it was a little weird when I thought about it, for the first time in my life, I have prioritized myself in my personal time. For me to make this work, I've had to prioritize my weight loss journey as my number 1 priority in my spare time over the past few months. It has been a really eye-opening exercise in self-care and thinking about what I was doing before and how I wasn't prioritizing myself and my health before this for my entire life, basically. And it has been so worth it. That said, lesson number 6 is that a weight loss journey can be extremely isolating socially. When you add up the hours spent at the gym, the hours getting my steps in, the hours shopping for lean chicken breast, the hours meal prepping, the pretty strict diet, the giving up drinking, and most eating out, and on top of all of that, the very early bedtime. Losing weight can be a very socially isolating experience. In a way, I was almost in a perfect situation to be able to do this. I really don't think I could have achieved what I feel like I've achieved in the past 8 months living in New York in my old industry with like tons of my old friends and all of my favorite restaurants around. But as an expat in a new city, I was able to take myself out of a very familiar situation, out of a familiar routine, and I carved out a whole new routine. And to be honest, I really have not made a lot of friends here. Most of my friends are at work, so I see them all day, and it's really allowed me to do this. It's sort of, for me, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. The 7th and final lesson that I wanted to share with you guys from my past 8 months of weight loss is that I never thought that this would be something that would affect me, but for the first time in my life, I am starting to realize that I'm going through a phase of body dysmorphia in my self-perception. Now, body dysmorphia is a very serious thing, and I'm not self-diagnosing, but I do recognize some things that I've read about online, that I've seen YouTube videos about, that I've seen other people go through, and I'm starting to recognize some of those things happening to me. I wrote a blog post about this on my website, and I don't want to go too deep into it, but I think one of the hardest things that I'm trying to come to terms with is that because I am losing weight and it's happened so gradually, I know objectively that I've lost 60 pounds. And I know that my friends and my family, my coworkers have all told me that I've lost a lot of weight. My trainer tells me I've lost a lot of weight. I've seen the before and after photos, but for some reason, when I look in the mirror, when I get dressed in the morning, I cannot see it. I feel like I look exactly the same as I looked 8 months ago, 10 months ago. This is a work in progress for me. I only know, and I can only internalize that I've lost weight based on the fact that the clothes in my closet don't fit and I have to buy new clothes. I don't know how much of that is having been a fashion editor for so long that I really think of myself and like I have a relationship to my body in terms of what clothing size I wear. I'm not really sure. This is something I'm really working through. But I talked to my trainer and he says that almost all of his clients who go through transformations and lose a significant amount of weight go through exactly the same thing. So apparently it's completely normal. I'm going to like work on this myself and work on my own self-awareness and self-actualization and work on my own body perception for the next few months and see how it goes. So that's it. Those are the 7 biggest lessons that I've learned so far in the past 8 months of losing 60 pounds. I've never done like a listicle video like this, I realize, and maybe that's why filming this video has been so weird and a little bit awkward for me, but I hope that it's not too stilted, and I hope that there's something in here that resonates with you, or if you've had an experience like this, I would love to hear from you. I still have a ways to go, and I am working very, very closely with my trainer, who is also a body composition specialist, and I have very good healthcare here, and I'm working with a lot of professionals to work towards what my trainer says is the optimal muscle and fat body composition for long-term maintenance. That is so important to me. I have always yo-yo dieted my whole life, and my goal now is to lose weight in a healthy, sustainable manner that I can maintain going forward for my health. Thank you so much for watching. If you are about to embark on your own health and wellness weight loss journey, please work with professionals and consult your physician. I am not a professional. I only take advice from the professionals I work with who are working on my very specific situation. So not all of this advice will apply to everyone else. I hope that you are having a great week, and I hope you're gonna have a great spring. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm gonna try to post a lot more going forward. Thank you, and see you next time.